Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first of hopefully many Dad gaming streams happening. Today, we're bringing you Dying Light 2. I'm joined by Jordan. Jordan, how are you
Hello.
doing?
I am fantastic. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, is this a game you've been looking forward to for a while?
It is. I've heard a lot about it. I actually, I didn't play a lot of the first one. Actually, I think I only played the demo for Dying Light 1 because it came out when I was in grad school and very poor and couldn't buy games, and I played the hell out of that demo. But I never got around to it. It kind of just like it fell away. So yeah, I'm happy we're getting an updated version here.
Yeah, it'll be 7 years. In fact, it's been 7 years. It came out January 2015. That's when the first game came out. And yeah, kind of like you, I was in college. It was my senior year of college, so I wasn't doing a lot of work. I was doing a lot of playing video games with my friends. And this was a great game because it was a huge like open world game, and also the best thing is it was releasing, and there were no other games releasing around then. So you really could no pun intended, sink your teeth into Dying Light 1. Now, not so much. Middle of playing Pokemon. We've got Horizon Forbidden West around the corner. Elden Ring is dropping in a couple of weeks as well.
Look, a lot of games got pushed back with this pandemic, and they're all just kind of dropping at the same time, which is like its own special problem, and I'm here for it, you know?
Yeah,
I'm not going to complain.
I'm both like very excited and very stressed about it. I do have a review. You know, I did do a review of this game. I've played a lot of Dying Light 2 Stay Human. TLDR on the review. Story not so great. Gameplay really fun. And that makes it a really great game for streaming because, You don't really have to worry about
Don't worry about the character
paying
arc of
any
the guy who's
attention.
cutting heads off.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Cool.
that.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think we can. I don't know, Jordan. Is there anything else you want to know before we jump into some gameplay?
I want to know
Mm,
if you just hypothetically, of course. I just want to get this out there. I think we should
mm.
just make sure this is out there in the open. If
Okay.
you were a zombie and you had to eat a part of a person,
Oh.
what would be your go-to bite? What's it gonna
Yeah, I
be?
think it's got to be like the thigh, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Like the
I
hamstring, it just
yeah.
feels so meaty, lean, nice.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the thigh. I mean, obviously it depends on the person's body type.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, but yeah, I think for 99% of people, the thigh is going to be the best, the
The best
gamiest.
piece, the best cut
Yeah, the best
of me.
bit of the bod, the best bit of the bod. And you know, I myself pride myself on my thighs. I think if you know, a zombie was to nibble on me, they'd be enjoying that meal. Yeah, so maybe I'm coming from a personal bias. I do also want to oh, Champ 2025 in the chat says Arm. Arm's a good one. Again, though, I feel like that really fluctuates depending on
That's true. I feel
who
like
it is.
arm is like convenient. It's like a chicken leg, you know? It's like it's
Yeah.
not gonna be the best piece of meat, but it's, you know, it's got its own handle. Like an arm, you could just like, you know, wave that thing around. You got a lot of different parts. You got the forearm, you got the bicep, you got the triceps. There's a lot of options. You're right. I think that's a safe choice. I feel like if you're going for, you know, the upper leg, that's more of like you know, it's literally a chicken thigh situation. Like it's a good meaty, it's a little fatty. It's just like it's always gonna be good though. So I don't know
Yeah.
if I can agree with you there, Champ 2025 but
I mean,
I
look,
respect
we're
your
talking about The
opinion.
Rock. I mean, his thighs and his arms are the same. You know,
That's a
like
good
they're
point.
interchangeable.
And they're both tree trunks. So I mean, you can't go wrong either way. Yeah. That
I just
poor
wa-
man if a zombie outbreak ever comes out. He's like the foie gras on the zombie menu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. He is. He is. If I turn into a zombie and I still retain some sense of like consciousness, I'm
Dwayne.
like, I got it.
Dwayne.
I'm coming for you, bud.
It's
Immortal says,
over.
how you find gents doing? I'm doing good. Lots of video games to be played and lots of video games to share here on this channel. Jordan, I feel you might share those sentiments.
I completely agree. I think we have a work cut out for us, but I think we are the men to take care of business.
I definitely have my work cut out for me. I did just want to mention, yeah, we're doing these streams every Thursday and Friday. Thursdays is going to be like a more modern game. Hopefully, we're going to be doing game previews, you know, games that aren't out yet, so you guys can get a little taste of what you will eventually be able to play. But yeah, we're going to center Thursday around like more modern titles, and then Friday is going to be more retro streams. We have a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge happening tomorrow. Jordan, I believe you are a part of that. You'll be in the driver's seat for that.
I'm
So
jumping in again.
that's very exciting. And yeah, we're looking to expand the scope of these going forward. Hopefully, have some really cool guests. So yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern time every Thursday and Friday is the plan going forward. We also have drops enabled specifically for this game. There's some cool loot that you guys can get only through Twitch drops. Basically, you just have to watch 60 minutes of the stream in order to unlock an item, and there's 3 items total. So you can jump into other people's streams, stuff like that. But yeah, there's some cool loot that you can only get by watching the stream, so do stick around. So yeah, I think with that, producer Ruben, the man behind the curtain, let's kick it over to the game. Thank you, Coach Jisu.
It's JSU over there,
JSU.
Justin Hinchcliffe in all his glory.
Thank you, Justin, very much for the props on the background. Put a lot of time and money into this collection of Power Rangers.
I'm offended that you didn't compliment my extremely beige background. But you know, I worked very hard on this when I rented this apartment. I was like, look, if I don't have a beige wall, it's a no-go for me. So this was just the perfect. I feel like it reflects my personality.
Yeah, you just blend into the background. It's like the same as your skin tone. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Dona. I completely agree. You can't improve on perfection. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so basically to explain where we are in the game, we're really, really deep into it. We are, I would say maybe close to 40 hours into the game. This is a city called Villador. It is set 20 years. This game is set 20 years after the first Dying Light. The world has completely collapsed. Villador is the only kind of city that's kind of on the verge of reforming and rebuilding, but as always, there are a bunch of warring factions vying for control, amidst also the outbreak of zombie apocalypses. It seems we're also turning into nighttime, which is also the most exciting part of the gameplay. It gets really scary at night, and also there's a new mechanic, Jordan, where you are infected, and if you are in shadow or in dark, as you can see at the top here, there's a timer that's now kicked in. I have 7 minutes until I give way to infection.
What does that mean?
It means that I have to find a source of light, so like these UV lights.
Yeah.
Once I stand near a UV light, I get it back. Get back my infection meter. I also can eat these UV mushrooms. If you look at the bottom left corner, I've got my items that I can equip. Yeah, there are these effervescent, glowing blue mushrooms that I can eat, which, desperate times.
You take what you can get in a zombie apocalypse.
You
That's
absolutely take what you can. Oh, so if if people don't know about this game, it infuses parkour elements with first-person melee combat, and I have to say, it is a absolute delight to play. The
Combo.
parkour feels great, and the melee combat feels really good. You do get some ranged options later, but they're pretty limited. Like you get a bow and arrow, you get a crossbow. Honestly, when you pick up this game, you're gonna want to stick with the melee weapons.
Is that because they're more effective, or they're just more fun to use?
They're just more fun to use. Yeah, the game is definitely not built for ranged weapons in mind, and like compared to something like a Far Cry, which has a lot of like bow and arrow mechanics, like I think this game excels in every way. In every conceivable way over something like a Far Cry, like the exploration, the combat, except for the range stuff. I do feel like using the bow and arrows and crossbows and things like that are not as fun. We also do have, watch this, Jordan, we do have a glider, so you can get around.
Good. I like a little bit of like a Just Cause feel to it.
Yes, a little bit of
like
Just
that.
Cause. And there are these vents all over the world that allow you to kind of get a pickup so you can kind of extend your
I
travel
love
time.
it. There's all these platforming elements that I feel like you need to have in a parkour type game. Now, how does this feel compared to the first game?
I haven't played the first game in a while, but
Yeah, true.
definitely a huge improvement. The other thing about this game is the scalability. As you can see, there are skyscrapers absolutely everywhere.
As he scaled, yeah.
Yeah, literally. So, and what's really fun, so there's a lot more verticality to it. There's a lot more like moving from interior to exterior, which is really awesome. And then the other thing is there's kind of a puzzle to how you maneuver, especially around the taller buildings. There are some skyscrapers in this game where I don't really know how to get up to the top of them. I don't know if I've necessarily like unlocked those abilities or not. But yeah, so that's
are those the areas where you're going to be finding like your better loot, your better weapons? Are there any like crafting elements in this?
There are crafting. So actually, while we're on the topic of that, let's jump into the menu here. Yes, so there is an inventory management with weapons. That's a new one I've got here. Again, as you can see, pretty much all melee stuff.
Yeah, for real.
You can mod weapons. These weapons that have these circular icons on the right. Those can be modded, and those are actually a lot of fun to mod. So if we jump into this one, oh no, I want to equip it. I want to modify it. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm gonna add a flaming shaft to this,
as one does.
as one does to this.
Tell me about your
machete.
flaming shaft there,
Well, the
Tom.
best thing
What does
about
it do?
the best thing about my flaming shaft is that I can shoot a jet of fire.
Yeah, you can.
It's a little tricky because it requires you to press the item button and the melee button at the same time.
Uh,
So like that is one thing that's like really annoying, is like getting the timing down on it is pretty annoying. Come on. Hang on. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get
feels
it.
like
Come on.
it feels like a fun to play, hard to master kind of situation.
I can't, like, I really struggle to get the. Oh, maybe. Oh, whoops. I actually think I have. This is the one. Come on. There you go. Oh, it was an ice blast. That one had an ice blast. My bad. No, this is the one that should have the thing. Yeah, I don't. I see. I'm just eating mushrooms. It's that is that is one.
Here we go again.
It's senior year of college again. I'm playing Dying Light, eating mushrooms.
You're eating mushrooms.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
your character is infected. And you were infected for the entire game. From the start, you are infected, correct?
pretty much. You get infected in like the very opening of the game. Basically around the time where you are in night. You are infected. And yeah, so there's these UV lights here.
Now, do you think that's a good element in this game? I know there are like some you were talking about Far Cry. So like for example, in Far Cry 2, you know, when you were infected with malaria, that was perhaps the worst thing they could have put in that game, because it just it tied you down. You'd be in the middle of a firefight and you're like, oh, I need to go vomit and pass out real quick because malaria is acting up again. You know, and like everyone even looking back, they're like, this was not necessary, needed. There was no part of this that was connected to the story. It was just like, it was just annoying. And now, so you making this sound like this isn't quite as annoying. It seems to be more integral to the gameplay.
Yeah, when it first popped up that there was going to be an infective meter when I was playing, my first reaction was like that. It was like, oh my god, that sounds like a really frustrating. I don't want to deal with that. But I think it's a really easy thing to actually manage and hold off on. You find mushrooms are pretty available, and you can also find these like immunity boosters, and there's all these boosters you can get. While the mushrooms like completely, you know what? I'm gonna buy this big bludgeoning Hephaestus here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spend some cash. I'm on stream. I'm gonna
spend
drop
some coin right now today, boys.
And I have a ton of money saved up because I like to scavenge everything. Yeah, so at first I was feeling that. I was like, oh, this seems really annoying. But as you can see, especially as the game opens up, there's a ton of UV spots around to booster yourself. And so it's actually pretty manageable. But at the same time, there are moments where you do get kind of caught in a situation where you don't have any resources, and you're like, oh man, I have to scamper to find something. So I do actually think there's a really nice balance between it being frustrating, but also feeling like a worthwhile mechanic. And it kind of adds to the layer of puzzle of just navigating the world and how to survive. You know, the subtitle of this game is Stay Human, and like, I'm actually very impressed with how they've utilized that and kind of put it into the you know, as a part of the gameplay.
Gameplay element, yeah, sure. No, that's good. I just realized that it could be, as long as it doesn't hamper the game, as long as it adds a you know, a certain element to make things more challenging but not annoying. Now, if you are, as an infected person, do you have any? Are there any elements that are good? Like, does it give you a boon to strength or speed or anything to actually benefit you?
So it's not like from like a gameplay standpoint. I mean, you can obviously like upgrade your skills and things like that, which we see here. And one of the things you can find are these inhibitors that the more you get, you can increase either your stamina or your health, and increasing either one of those increases how long your immunity lasts. So I think when I started the game, I was at like 5 minutes. Now I can go for over 7 minutes in the dark without needing to boost.
7 whole minutes, Tom. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, there's also like a subplot that I don't want to spoil. I mean, the story is honestly paper thin. Like, it's really like just so by the numbers. But basically, you were experimented on as a kid, so they explained that, like, Who
wasn't experimented on as a kid?
Who wasn't? But
grow up.
Yeah, and so the there's this kind of hint that the reason you're able to like upgrade and the reason you're able to like do all this crazy parkour is because you're already kind of enhanced.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, so there's a lot of good when it comes to the gameplay. The bad does stem from the story, like I said. It is very mundane. They also, Techland. I saw this game at E3 in 2019,
Hmm.
the very last E3 to ever exist.
Real.
And yeah, and I saw this game 3 years ago, and they showed off this level where you, at the end of it, you had the option to either flood the city or flood part of the city and uncover like this like lost part of the city that was previously underwater, or leave it as it was and you couldn't explore that underwater part. And it was a really
Huh.
cool demo, and it got me very excited for this game. It's not in the game. There is nothing like
I
that
was
in
waiting for
this
the
game
but.
anymore.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that in this game anymore. So there are some like choice options that are consequential, or at least in the moment feel consequential,
Mm,
but they do not play a lot with like the overall story or change the world in this big dramatic way. The ways in which the world does change is actually, as you can see, there's this jump pad here. You can align with the different factions. There are the peacekeepers, who are like the fascist police force, and then there's the survivors, which they're not really explained as a defined group. They're just anyone who isn't a peacekeeper.
isn't a peacekeeper. Okay.
And
Huh.
as you unlock things, you can kind of gift like resources and areas to the different factions, and it unlocks different elements for the world. And my hope is that through the story, I was going to have some kind of like thematic or emotional motivation to, um, help or hinder either of the sides. But
Sure.
the problem is helping or hindering either side. It unlocks different abilities, and you can see every path. Like if I help this side, like for example, if I help the peacekeepers, the first upgrade is that there will be car traps placed for people, for enemies to like accidentally like walk into.
Ah, okay.
So it's all based along like creating traps around the city,
Yeah.
whereas siding with the survivors, it gives you more parkour abilities. So it,
Hmm.
it does things like adding zip lines everywhere, adding these jump mats that, as you saw, allowed me to jump even further. Um,
So it
and
feels like peacekeepers are more focused on like brutality, and then
totally.
survivors are more about like agility and like escape.
And I was going to, you know, I was going to side with the survivors anyway because, like, you know, screw the police. But
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
they are like, they are kind of totalitarian in the way that they behave. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like the peacekeepers are the ones that offer the upgrades I want, which is
Mm,
more easily moving around the world, which is by far the best part of it. I feel
yeah.
like utilizing the zip lines and utilizing the utilizing the um jump pads, like that's something that I want. And so like any kind of thematic choice has gone out the window of like I'm helping this side because I believe that they've made a great argument for why they behave like they behave,
Right.
and
You're
instead
not you're
it's
not
like
making a
I want.
philosophical decision here. Yeah.
Exactly. I will also say the other disappointing thing about the game is it takes, like I said, it is a slog.
Mm.
A good thing the gameplay is really fun, because otherwise, like to get to this actual main city, there are actually two. Let me pull up real quick the map here for you. So this is the main city part, right? Like the
Hmm.
downtown area where all the tall skyscrapers are, etc. There's this other part called Old Villador, which if you've lived in somewhere like Boston or Philly, any of these like cities that have like a more like colonial element to them, that's what this is like. Lots of
Mm.
smaller buildings, lots of more like rural parts. You are in this part of the game for a long time.
Oh, it's
I
not
think
just a tutorial.
it is a tutorial in the sense that it goes over everything you need to know for like later in the game, but it lasts a long time, which is really which I think is like really frustrating. I think
Right.
people are going to be a little bit put off by that. Once the game opens up, obviously you're like in a more fun area. This is when you get the glider. You do not have the glider before you get to this part of the world. And there's also certain things like sliding. This is a game built on parkour, and yet sliding is locked behind the skill tree. I still haven't unlocked
you just
it.
unlock this history of baseball when you get to the new part of the city. Like, oh, totally forgot I had this skill.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
legs work now. Okay,
exactly.
Sure, why not? Okay.
Yeah. So, so that's a little frustrating.
Now, is that gonna? Do you think people are gonna drop off? I know, like, if someone tells me to watch a TV show and they're like, I know, look, the first 4 seasons are garbage, but once you get to that 5th season, it really takes off. I'm like, cool, I'm not gonna watch that show now. But thanks for letting me know. Like, is it that kind of scenario?
I think it's a weird situation, right? Because there are so many. Oh, let me jump into some UV light real quick before we're gonna tackle a bandit camp, but I feel like I need to be on my best foot here and get some UV boosting.
Now, you might have already said this, but if your timer goes all the way down to 0, do you just die?
You just die. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
No,
that was my. So you see that blue bar at the bottom?
Yeah.
Like midway to the bottom. That is my stamina. So if I run out of that, I can't like climb anymore.
I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like Breath of the Wild with zombies a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. There's definitely like.
Person.
Yeah, there's definitely those elements. I mean, it definitely like controls obviously very differently, things like that.
Sure.
Also at nighttime, like as with the previous game, there's a ton more zombies out and about.
Yeah.
And like
I do like this small cone of light that you're dealing with. It really, this just impairing your vision like that.
Oh yeah,
it's way more.
If you don't have your flashlight turned on, like you are in actual darkness. Like it isn't like BS video game darkness that is like.
Everything's just blue now. Yeah, no, it's not
exactly.
that. It's actual night.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, what I was gonna say, so you had mentioned, do you think people will turn off? I think people who don't know what they're getting into will. I think anyone who's excited about the other game releases or is like playing Pokemon right now, who is just kind of tangentially interested in Dying Light 2, I think there's a risk of that. That being said, Techland has such a devoted audience who kind of know exactly what they're getting into. Techland supported the first Dying Light with DLC for 5 years. Like it was an it was an expansive game with a ton of additional content that they added. I think they have a lot of fans who are looking for like a fun they are looking for a fun fuck. They're looking for a fun open world RPG that is going to get additional content. Yeah. And those people who are kind of expecting that, I think they're going to love the game. I still think they'll be disappointed that some of the character choices and changes to the world based on those choices don't pan through in the same way as they were marketed. Sure. But I think at the end of the day, that's going, maybe we can add some of those elements with the DLC down the line.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if you have such a loyal group of people who are making these expansions.
If you see me flinging wildly like this, and there's no one in front of me, I promise you it's not that I'm inept. It's because I'm trying to use the goddamn blast mod function, and it just doesn't work. Can confirm also there is Skyrim level or Fallout level lockpicking, which I love. Love a good lockpick.
True. Now, are you breaking lockpicks? Are you collecting lockpicks like Skyrim? Are you quick saving before every lock to make sure you don't break all your lockpicks like I do?
No, you're crafting them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can craft them in the crafting menu. I made 40 lockpicks at the jump, and I have not crafted any more. than what you see here. So I still have,
Overestimated the amount of locks out there.
even on
Okay.
the, even on the like, but I've mastered it. You know what I mean? Like this is
I'm a
not my
master
first
thief.
lockpick. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've played so much Fallout 3. It is not a concern for me at this point.
I was born to break into places. That's
Yeah.
comforting.
So, depending on how experience, I will say, like, when you find hard lockpicks, it is kind of like, if you are off even by a like millimeter, you are going to break that lockpick. So you really do have to kind of like take your time and everything. But that being said, if you're used to it, you're pretty much good to go. Yeah. So over here is a bandit camp, which you can use to create new sources of UV light, resting places. If you take it over.
Now, is that similar to Far Cry as well? As
Yeah.
once you clear one out, it's open for you to use, and there's different resources available. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
And it's also not. I think there was one Far Cry where it was like, "Hey, we've added a mechanic where the things you've unlocked are under attack, and now you have to like redo everything."
Nice.
That you don't have that in this game, thank God.
Okay. Okay.
One thing that does also annoy me that is like, come on, guys. So I have binoculars, right? Which pinpoint. Cool. Here are enemies. This is one of the lieutenants I have to take out. Entrances, exits, all this stuff. But I can't tag that. So when I'm back out of the
It goes
binoculars,
away.
that information goes away, which is
Points
I understand
for realism.
yeah,
but
at the same time, it's very annoying.
It makes it hard to be a complete badass when you walk into a camp and you don't know the location of every single person. But I guess if you're not like secretly an X-Man who can see through walls and stuff, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll just eat some more magical mushrooms and.
I mean, who
So
knows? Maybe I unlock a skill at some point that maybe I unlock a skill at some point that allows me to do that. But I haven't uncovered it yet.
Yeah, so you've been playing for hours now. Have you finished the main campaign?
I have a few missions left in the main campaign. Yeah. I was honestly like mainlining it as much as possible. I was doing some side stuff here and there when it like arose, but honestly, I've gone to this point with open world games where I have to turn off that part of my brain that is like, I need to check off all this stuff on the map. Like I can't
100% everything.
Yeah. I can't be doing that anymore. And honestly, like I've been enjoying these games more. I recently replayed Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
And I remember like when I first played that game. When I first played that game, I didn't enjoy it as much as I was hoping. I was very excited for that game. Okay, Lieutenant taken out. There you go. Oh, but I'm getting shot in the back. Oh no, what's going on?
You can't climb when you're getting shot?
Yeah, well, I just think this guy in particular is being very annoying. Oh, come on. There we go.
There it is.
Oh! He blasted off into space. Alright, let's... Oh, no. Oh, those guys that have... Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. I do not know what happened there at the end.
So, did that guy just explode into yellow goo?
So
is that what I just saw?
I think what happened was that was like a poison effect that my I think those were two separate things happening at once. There was goo that came out from my weapon because I have like poison damage turned on.
Okay.
And then I think someone threw a Molotov from somewhere.
Fiery goo.
Yeah, I think that's what happened there.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
But the nice thing about it's it's a little oh god what's okay, forget that happened. Let's rewind on that.
We did we'll edit that out. We'll edit that out of the live stream. It's okay.
Yeah, can we edit that? Ruben, can we edit that, please? Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, what I was going to say was that one of the nice things about the respawning is like, yeah, it does annoying you, kind of respawn you out of the camp. But any milestones you've done, like I took out that second lieutenant, that's going to be saved. So now I don't have to like worry about doing that anymore.
But he's still alive. Like, go back there, right?
No, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead for good. Okay.
He's dead for good. Yes.
No respawns for him.
No respawns for him. All the respawns for me.
Right.
And these blue things that are showing up here, these are encounters, so these are like limited. You know, like someone's being attacked by a zombie, save them, they'll give you X loot or whatever. So they appear and disappear, you know, with commonality.
Apparently there's
that's brilliant.
I was just about to say, I was looking at the chat, there's a billboard for it? Is that what you guys are saying?
Oh, there's a billboard?
In the game?
One of my favorite things is that there's apparently a fast food restaurant called Chicken Pie, which is like...
The future is looking bright.
The Walking Dead. We're going to have to screenshot that for the channel.
Man, I wonder if we could find it again.
And you know, the parkour isn't perfect. You know, as you could see, I leapt over that guy. And I like grabbed onto the ceiling above me, which is definitely not what I wanted to do.
Huh.
This is my favorite move. Oh, nope, not that. This
I don't know what that was.
This,
just a little...
And I love kicking, you know, any game where I get to kick people.
Kick like, melee?
Yeah, but like off of, you know, oh, he avoided.
It is very... When you can... This is Sparta someone off a building. It's very satisfying.
And then, yeah, if you perfectly counter enemies like that, you can, you know, kind of freeze time or whatever and leap over them. And if there's an enemy behind them, you can spring off of that enemy that you've countered and, like, drop kick the person behind them, which is always great. But again, you can't... Sometimes, though, like, they don't line up properly and it's a little janky.
Now, do you think is that a bug that's going to be fixed, or do you think that's just a mechanic that makes it difficult
I just think
to be
that's
a complete badass all the time?
We have perfected this as best as possible. Any more like strictness to the way that characters act is not going to be fun, and anything looser is not going to feel good. I think that at the end of the day, like 90% of the time, the parkour and melee combat feels great, and
it's not game breaking.
Yeah, it's definitely not game breaking. It's just like in the moment, like, oh, I was really hoping to pull off that cool move, and I did not.
And that can sometimes be good. I mean, because if you have that difficulty element, then when you finally do it, you're like, oh yeah, I am John Wick, by the way. Like, you just feel like such a badass, and it's so much more satisfying. Yeah, my dog didn't even have to die, and I'm still doing this stuff. Great.
Oh man, they're coming at me from every angle. I might want to just kind of get some distance real quick and like heal up.
Reevaluate some things.
Yeah, for sure.
So now you got some, it looks like it's daytime now. It's morning.
Yes, it was transitioned to daytime, so I no longer have to worry about, unless I'm in darkness, like inside here. If there's no like windows or anything, I do have to worry about infection, but obviously like it's very minimal because I can very easily get out into the day.
Sure.
All right, let's heal up. Let's take a minute. Oh God. See like the timing on this.
Can you see how I was wrapping my arm up?
Yeah, like can you give me a moment, guys?
Just 1 second. So inconsiderate, these bandits.
You really want this, huh? You really want this? Okay, fine. That's what you get. You could have given me a moment, and we could have like had a
conversation. Let's use our words. Oof. Let's use our words for once.
Oh, also, Jordan, if you look in the bottom left there.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it didn't. It'll pop up in a second. All right, come on. They're gonna give me time. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I might get to do a second one.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe I can line up one of these. Oh, damn. There we go. There's the drop kick.
I love it.
And now this guy's behind me too, so I don't want that. I think if we move out here. Yeah, so there's definitely like a puzzle, as you can see, to like figuring out how to move, but also combat. Like getting people lined up for certain things, getting them in precarious situations. Like I think, I thought that guy fell off. you know, like they have to slowly take that bridge. That's gonna allow me to like heal, you know.
Right. So there's definitely some strategy involved. Is this whole area where you've been fighting them part of this camp, or like
Yes.
will they follow you out of a camp? How does that work?
I think yeah, no, they don't really do that. It's they more definitely like stay within stay within their stay within their camp. Yeah, but this camp is huge. This is 3 buildings.
Yeah.
All tied together. There's a ton of stuff.
It does feel like a Fallout type of encampment.
Also, there's spears sometimes like this that you can pick up. And if I can find an enemy, the last of the enemy is going to be in here, I think.
Got a present.
There we go.
Oh.
What was that? I love it when like someone gets speared and like because of how games work, like I'm being like they don't see me happen, so like someone gets speared and they're like super casual about it, like, huh, what just happened there?
Oh, that's in my body now. Okay, bye. Yeah.
Yeah. Gong Show Dad, if you hit them, if you hold the right trigger, it charges up an attack. And does a lot more damage. It can definitely, if you hit them just right, literally send them out into the stratosphere.
Love that. I love that. Now, is that due to just a janky game, or is that because you're a super-powered Captain America level zombie?
Yeah,
person?
again, I think a little bit of
a little bit of both, a little bit of this. Column B. Okay.
I think I never have a problem when ragdoll physics are like fun and stupid.
Oh god, it is so true. Let's take the realism out of it for a little bit. That can just be a good time. The amount of times I've been launched in the stratosphere by a giant in Skyrim just to see it happen again. It never gets old. Yeah. It never gets old.
I will say also the game, unfortunately, like I have a pretty beefy rig. If I'm running it, and I'm running it at 1440p right now on what is it? I have a 2080 Super. I'm running at 1440p. I'm running on high settings with no ray tracing. It runs pretty well, like between 50 and 60 frames per second. That being said, once I kick ray tracing on, even with something like DLSS to like help with AI enhancement, it still like completely kills like any frames that I have. And I've heard that the console version of the game is not necessarily Cyberpunk launch bad, but definitely some bugs on there. And like if you're in performance mode, like even on Series X or PS5, if you want 60 frames per second, you got to run the game at 1080. Like, so it's disappointing.
It is annoying. Some of you in the chat might have seen this. It was toward the front page on Reddit, but they were talking about the day 1 patch that they were going to have for this, about it fixing 1,000 bugs.
Yeah,
or something. They have so much planned.
I think that patch and those bugs are definitely more focused on the console side of things. I have not run into any bugs on PC, thankfully.
Yeah.
Just performance issues. Just general performance issues. Hopefully they can iron stuff like that out, and maybe we'll get it running on console better. But I definitely think if you have a PC and you want to pick this up, like it is the way to go.
Good to go.
For the platform.
Wow, it's gorgeous though. I mean, you don't really notice the scale of it.
Is stunning. The game is absolutely stunning.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm forgetting where's this last enemy? There's something up here. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Cool.
Can you see him with your magic binoculars?
Yeah, probably. Actually, thank you. The magic binoculars that also aren't actually that magic. They're like semi-magic. I can see through walls. And
semi-magic binoculars.
Yeah. Maybe I killed the boss. Maybe. Let's see. But as you can see, like as I was moving just now, like as you know, I'll jump back here, but like there are strategic ways to like make it up the side of a building, which I was talking to my friend who was reviewing it, and he was like, yeah, it's really annoying. And I'm like, no, like I enjoyed the puzzle of it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty like
straightforward.
Yeah, but in the sense it is kind of straightforward that, you don't have to it isn't impossible to figure out. I think like if you're going in the right direction, you're always going to see like the next step in the path.
Yeah.
A seven-chump kind of life. Yeah, 1,000 bugs, Justin. 1,000 bugs. And that is an exaggeration.
Fake.
That's what they
I
say.
mean, it sounds like hyperbole,
but if you know anything about game development, like 1,000 bugs is like very minuscule.
That could be like, yeah, a box isn't sitting right on the pavement, so we need to fix that. Like that's a bug, you know?
So what I was going to point out earlier that had disappeared at the time, but you can see now. So the bottom left, where I have all of my like weapons and flashlights and stuff, down to the bottom right of that is like what looks like kind of like a taser, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, and you can hear it saying inhibitor detected. There are special crates that you can find that give you those inhibitors that increase your stamina. So if you ever see that pop up, it actually has, you might not, it has a number next to it showing like kind of how close you are. So I think that it might be up there. I think it's upstairs. Yeah, because if I move that way, the number goes up. So we need to go down. So I think we need to go up here. Oh, come on.
You can do it. You're really good at parkour.
I don't know if I'm like meant to be able to. Okay, maybe not.
Go up there.
Yeah, I don't know. Hang on. Let's jump back.
Fix the bug. That's one of the 1,000.
My stamina's about. There it is. There's one. We found one. No, I think I'm meant to. Let's see. Let's try this again. Oh. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of jank. A little bit of jank. I want to get up on this roof. Maybe there's another way I can.
An alternate way, maybe.
Yeah.
So if you're getting close to the end of this game, what do you think the replay value is going to be? Do you see yourself playing this a lot more after you're done?
It might. I think it'll be a game that if I just want to jump in and like. And that was kind of what Dying Light 1 ended up being for me, like a game that I from time to time jumped in and checked out. I do not, I think once Horizon Forbidden West pops in, it's a world that I'm way more interested in.
Yeah.
I know all the character stuff is going to be way stronger.
It's one of the best stories that's ever been put in a video game.
The story in 1 is really good, and what kept me kind of playing through that. And as I was saying earlier, I did replay it recently, and I just mainlined the story and found it like really satisfying. And I might honestly kind of play Forbidden West in that way, because I got Elden Ring, dude. Elden Ring at the end of the month is my Everest. Oh man, can I really not like make this jump?
It really wants you to, though. I mean, come on. I feel like anytime you're in an exploration game or an open world game, just look for the light. I was listening to developers talk about it. It's like, yeah, we put lights everywhere for a reason.
Oh, it says I have unspent skill point. Oh, okay. So I do have a parkour point here. So I'm wondering if there's something that I can unlock. Okay, so maybe this is sometimes like you need to unlock certain things. So maybe it's this one. Jump while climbing on ledges to get higher more quickly. I think it might be this.
Okay.
Let's add this and give it another go.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it'd be any of those other icons necessarily.
Justin really wants me to take it to the top of this building.
He's like, come on!
Trust me, bro. I wanted to make it to the top as well. So I think we've got a... Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
that was what we needed. That was what we needed.
Problem solved, folks.
When you have a problem in life, just upgrade your skill tree.
Come on, it's simple.
So yeah, so there are these inhibitors, and I think you need like 5 to unlock another level of stamina or health. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm really glad that I hadn't like spent that point already.
You couldn't plan that any better. That was perfect. All right, so we're going to the very top here.
Oh, now let's go over. Yeah, we got to get to the top of this building.
What are these question marks? What am I looking at?
There's just question marks everywhere. You just kind of don't know what they are. There might be an inhibitor container. This seems to have a like a settlement So like a spot where I can like respawn and stuff like that. But there's a couple of other elements as well. Yeah, that's kind of how they handle that.
Okay. Yeah, Justin, there is a glider. Did you catch him gliding around earlier?
Oh, dude, Justin, you want to see some gliding? You want to see some gliding? All right, let's go and try and climb this monster of a building.
Yeah, Ruben says I have question marks everywhere.
Same, dude. We're all just
relatable.
We're all just playing Dying Light 2. All right, let's do it. Let's see what we can do here. There we go.
Bullet. There we go.
Oh, do I want to try and make this one? I don't even know. I looked before I left. I don't really know like
there's no
how
plan
to scale
here.
This building or if it's even possible with the moveset that I have.
Well, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn today.
We're gonna learn together.
That's what we're gonna do.
I have maxed out, I think, my long jumping capabilities. Let's see if I can make this wall run up to here. Yeah, let's see if I can do this. Nope, that's not going to work. So I think that it does go this way, from what it looks like. So this path goes this way. And there's an inhibitor container. Is it up top? So, Jordan, obviously a ton of games coming out. Pokemon just came out. Out of everything that's out and around, what are you most looking forward to?
That's a good question. I'm gonna pull up a list here so I'm not forgetting anything. This is like when someone asks me like your favorite movie, and you're like, yeah. I don't know any movies. I don't know what is a movie. Definitely Horizon coming out. I was a huge fan of the first one. Almost nearly 100%ed it. Let's see. A lot of stuff I'm not recognizing. I haven't checked out the new Pokemon game yet. What are your thoughts?
I love it. I think that it's a huge step in the right direction of where they need to take the franchise. I do not think it commits in the same way that something like Breath of the Wild does to the idea. It definitely feels like a kind of prototype of like a bigger game. That being said, though, like for a company that has completely failed to really innovate for the last 10 years, it feels like such a monumental jump for Game Freak.
Yeah.
And I really like it, and I think it's going to be a game that I do play throughout the year, just jumping in, catching a few mons, expanding the Pokedex. There's a pretty lengthy, sizable post game. And like, yeah, I just think I'm going to be chipping away at that all year. So no, I'm if you're a Pokemon fan, I really do think like it's worth checking out.
It's one to go. Ruben said Starfield, and I completely forgot about this. I haven't read anything about this in like a year.
That's not coming out for a while, but yes, that is going to be toward the end of the year. Very excited for that.
I'm so worried, but I'm so excited for that one too. Also a throwback for a retro game, going back to the N64 console. They're putting Majora's Mask on there pretty soon. I haven't played that game in... I don't even know if I beat it when it first came out on the N64.
I definitely haven't beaten Majora's Mask.
I feel like I got stuck on like the Goron like boss or something, and I'm just like I'm 12, dude. I'm not in for that. That was the problem.
When I first learned, I never played it as a kid. I didn't have honestly a lot of video game consoles growing up. I'm making up for lost time now with the amount of video games I play as an adult. But when someone explained to me like how Majora's Mask worked, I can't make that jump. Oh, I can make that jump though. Well, never mind. There you go.
Accidental awesome move.
Oh, sick. See, I knew there was another way up here.
There it is.
I was going to be able to do this. Yeah, when someone explained to me, like, so you have like 3 days to do it. If not, it resets. I was like, that sounds like my hell.
But that gets fixed. So did you play it at all?
I played it when it re-released. Ooh. I played it when it re-released on 3DS.
Okay. Yeah.
Back in, I think I was in college when that happened. So yeah, that's when.
That was very annoying. And you first go into the game, you're like, okay, what the hell am I supposed to do then? Like, if I only have this much time, like, oh, okay, no, it's starting to make sense now. Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
that is
definitely,
a good one.
definitely, you know, oh God, oh no. Oh no. Oh
Oh,
my God.
Gong Show Dad says rumor of GoldenEye being brought to the Xbox.
Yes, apparently there's rumors.
I don't
Hang on,
know.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
bring
know
chat up on
about
my
that.
phone 1 sec, because my computer, my like laptop is dead. Ugh, I need to
I don't
subscribe
know
to the
about it.
channel.
I don't know about games that just ride on pure nostalgia like GoldenEye does. I think GoldenEye was created when it should have been created, and it was an innovation, and I think it was completely perfect for the late 90s.
And an absolutely terrible game to play if you've never played it before.
If you've ever
when it
gone back,
released.
you're like, oh, it's dog shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
That speaks to you know, again, me not like really having a video game console back in the day.
Yeah.
I never knew really anything about GoldenEye, or like had never really played it. And it wasn't until I was in college and my roommate had an N64, and I was, you know, oh, we gotta, he's, you know, we gotta check out GoldenEye, and I was like, oh yeah, I've never played it. Like, I'm very excited. You know, I was excited to jump into it, and I tried playing, and I was like, this is garbage. This is how we played video games back in the day. Oh my God.
What is this one joystick supposed to do? Yeah, this is so horrible.
Bad Intel says, what about that triangle strategy though? Top-notch game naming that. Yeah, for as bad as that naming is, that game is gonna rule, because Octopath Traveler, its predecessor, was awesome.
I never played it. I never jumped into it.
Are you well, that one's yeah, like a turn-based RPG. The one upcoming is a tactics game, right? So you're moving across a grid.
Okay.
Are you a fan of that genre at all?
I've played a couple, but it's been a long time. It's been back since, like, you know, in the early 2000s, since I dipped my toes into those waters.
Oh yeah, Octopath is on Game Pass. That's right. Yep. Yeah, and as you can see, this blue one down here, anything that has like a blue icon, like the Dark Hollow, those can only be done at night. So you have to like wait till night or come back when it's nightfall. And there seems to be a question mark below me. Check it out. Yeah, I'm excited for Triangle Strategy. Yeah. I don't know if it's launching on anything other than the Switch when it drops.
Oh, I didn't even know. Did you know there's a? Oh, first of all, did you play Cuphead?
Yes, I did.
I didn't realize there's a DLC coming out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's coming out, baby.
A delicious last course. In addition to the TV show on Netflix, which I'm so stoked about.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the TV show. I don't have enough scraps to make a grenade, and I feel like this dude.
I hate when that happens.
I feel like this dude definitely
he needs
requires a grenade or two.
He looks like he's craving a grenade right now. He looks hungry.
Is there a You know what? Let's just jump in. Oh, he's not too bad. Can I pick this up? No. Can that blow up? No.
Now you say he's not too bad, but just for the way he looks, I would initially disagree with you.
Yeah, but just based on like I guess how much damage he took on like my first hit there, how much is about to take on this one? Yeah.
There it is.
I want to find. Oh. I want to find a one of the cat. Oh, like he runs into stuff. Gotcha. Yeah, right in the groin there. Do you think he feels anything down there anymore? Or?
You know, that's a good. I mean, like, do you mean
like,
physically or like emotionally?
In the nuts, do they? Oh, that's great. Question. Just hovering there. Brilliant.
Let's see. What do we got? What are we got going on? Ruben says, I forget when it's supposed to come, but they announced Space Marine 2. Got me
Oh,
going back to play
I
through
don't even
one.
think they've given that a release date.
That's one of those that's way down the line.
Yeah, I think that's like a 2023 at the earliest kind of thing.
Yeah. Is there a date for the? I guess I don't know if they're revamping the series. The Saints Row.
I think August is when they're currently planned for it. Yeah, it was meant to be like this spring, which they did delay. Yeah, they. Oh damn! Did I miss that? Yeah, so that is coming out supposedly in August. We'll see about that game.
Yeah.
I think that game will be very much like this one, where it's like the gameplay is fun, but you're just in it for like running around and
Yeah, it's the gags, the laughs, the action. That's kind of all that it has been. It looks. I haven't seen much about it, just from like I've only seen the cover art for it, and it looks like a lot more toned down because the whole series became a cartoon at the end, basically. So
yeah,
it's kind of like you need to go back to basics, or you need to just do something completely different.
I didn't really play 1 or 2. I loved 3, and then when like 4 came out, I was really excited for it. But it just like there was nowhere to go from there, and it was like what I loved about 3 is like yes, you eventually become a superhero, but you know, you still like there's a journey to that, whereas 4 like starts with you just being superpowered, and I was like, well, this isn't
it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What am I working towards? Oh, looked it up. Apparently, Starfield does have a date, November 10th.
Starfield does. Space Marine.
Space
Marine, I don't think does. Yeah. Yeah. Starfield they announced last year to have. Yeah, I think it's on the 11th anniversary of Skyrim as well.
Of course it is.
I think that's how that's going to shake out.
Because was Skyrim 11/11/11?
Yeah, and I think it's 11/11/12, or maybe something like that. Yeah. No, super stoked on Starfield. I think that game has been. There were rumors last summer that they were gonna announce a date for later that year. I think what happened with that is they were like, "Nope, do not release this game." Like, you know, like before you have to. We have, you know, and you know, it's become a Microsoft property now, so it's like we have Halo. It releasing in the fall. We do not need to put out another huge game.
Yeah.
Take an additional year to really polish this and make this the game that everyone is hoping.
And you can re-release it for another decade.
And then
over and over again on every single platform. Yeah.
So this is what I was talking about before. This is like I think this might be a water tower or something like that, and I'll be able to gift it. Yeah, so it's a water tower, and once I've climbed it and turned it on and activated it, I'll be able to gift it to one of the factions to for control. But it's really weird, man. Like the choice-based stuff. Like the first thing that actually I think it's that thing over there, that building you see in the distance. Let me just double check my map. Oh no. Oh, I haven't been to that area. Maybe. I think that's an electrical facility. The first one that I unlocked. I was like part of a story mission, right? Like sometimes they, you know, the first one of any of these like side quest chains, it's you know, part of the story mission. And I was helped out by these peacekeepers, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll help you, like, you know, because we were being attacked. They were like, we'll help you fend off these attackers, but like you're gonna give us the station, control of the station, when all is said and done." And I was like, "Yeah, totally." And then when I unlocked the station, I did not because I wanted all the
decided to not do that thing that I said.
And so I was like, "Cool, I'm gonna give it to their, you know, their opponents." And then when I leave this place, they're gonna like attack me and be like, "Yo, what the hell? We had a deal or whatever." Nothing happened. Like
they do
no
not
retaliation, whatever.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, are you working, like, building this relationship, or can you kind of just go one side for this? This time I'm gonna go with the peacekeepers. This time survivors, and does it not really matter?
Yeah. So I think that like the I think that the 1 second. Let me just clear these guys out here. Oh, I should have like had some health before I did any of this. I think like the whole faction element where you are. Oh, I do not have any more med kits. Oh, they don't do well in the sun, so. I think the faction element of like gifting these spots is separate from like the story choices that you make. I think they are simply just, hey, these don't impact the story. They're just impacting like how the world expands via upgrades that you find in the world. And I think that those are separate from the story decisions. I have not seen, I'm very deep into this game. I have not seen anything where I've gifted this water tower to then play into like a story element.
Got it.
Before we go in any further here, I'm going to go to my crafting. Oh, I have my grenade stuff now. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a huge Warhammer fan myself, but like kind of like an admirer. You know what I mean? Like I
appreciate it. I have a healthy respect for it.
I used to be into it way back in the day, but honestly, when I moved to America, like we didn't bring all of my Warhammer stuff across, and I was like, well, I'm not like rebuilding my collection again, so.
Okay, I'm gonna admit something. I know about Warhammer.
Sure.
But I don't know anything about it, if you know what I mean.
You don't need to know anything beyond what you know.
I understand, like, there's a diehard fan base, and there's this, like, incredibly deep lore involved, and there are all these different factions, and there's these Marines that look like just every single one of them looks like The Rock in Master Chief armor, but, like, that's all I know. That's all I know.
Pretty much. I did an interview for Inverse with the writer of Vermintide, or not Vermintide, Darktide. So Vermintide is like a line of Warhammer games. They're kind of like this like first person like melee games, and they're making a 40K version of Vermintide called Darktide. And I was asked, Jen, who is the gaming editor for Inverse, posted in Slack and was like, "Is anyone like a Warhammer fan? Like, we have an opportunity to interview the writer of Vermintide, Darktide. Sorry, I keep messing up which one is which. We have this opportunity. Is anyone into it?" And like, no one was into Warhammer other than me in my tangential appreciation for Warhammer. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, if no one else wants to, if no one else feels like they can do it, I'll do it. And we get into it, and this writer who's written for the game is like one of the main writers of all the books. So he's like written 30 something books on like Warhammer 40K alone. And like he was like talking about, he was like, yeah, of course, like we have the Homeworld and the Space Marines and the, all these, and I was just kind of nodding along, like, yep, totally, like I totally understand everything.
I know all the words that you're saying in this order. Yeah.
Oh, whoa! That was nuts. Yeah, so some of the zombies are like really averse to the light. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, what's the difference? Like, why are they hurt by it more and others are not?
Yeah, so the ones that I think it's just like the further they are along in infection, some of them, like all the slow lumbering ones you see in the day, like they don't hurt you as much. They're just kind of there to get in your way and be annoying. But these ones that like exist exclusively in the dark, as you can see, they can jump, they can run. They're more of your 28 Days Later-esque zombies than the more Dawn of the Dead lumbering ones, or Shaun of the Dead for fans of the Shaun of the Dead
of comedy
trilogy. But these guys cannot exist in the daylight for very long. They really struggle.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, there's stuff down below too.
Ooh, secret basement.
I thought we were only having to go up top, but let's see what's down here. And that's something that I do like about the game, is like any of these areas that you find, that kind of very uniquely designed. So it's not like every water tower you climb to the top, you turn on a thing and you have it. Like they all have different interiors and different. Oh, I thought this was like acidic. I thought like this was a vat of acid.
It's not just like a giant tub of poison. Okay, good.
Yeah, there we go.
I like how that is something that you have to be worried about in this game. Yeah, that's another thing is like, are these different, like water towers or these, I guess, points of interest? You make it sound like they're more like Fallout, like where you're not quite sure what you're getting into, or is it more like Far Cry where it's like I just have to get to the top and turn on this tower and it's going to be the 90% the same every single time?
It's definitely. I think it's a mix of both. I
Okay.
don't. You kind of know what you're getting into, but like, I did not expect this like sub basement or whatever is going on here.
Yeah.
That was not something that I've seen in any of the previous ones. So there are like little surprises, and the way that you move up them and the way that you unlock them and what you discover like is a little different. But I don't think it's like, say, the vaults in Fallout where it's like they are completely different. That they have their own set of rules and the way that they work and all that.
Right. You're not gonna find
So
like a totally new storyline inside a water tower.
yeah, yeah. And again, like as compared to Fallout, like the story in this is doo-doo,
Yeah.
Not very invested in like what the history of this, every time you found a vault in Fallout, it was like Christmas. It was like, oh my god, I can't wait to find out like what that deal was.
How did everyone die here?
Yeah,
Let's figure.
how did they experiment on everyone here?
Right.
That was always like the coolest thing, and like learning about like the different vaults and like. Yeah, and you don't have that.
It's not at all. Right,
Oh.
you know exactly what you're getting into.
But like this mechanic of like there being these poles in the middle with those metal rings, like that's different than any of the other water towers that I've
So
had.
you're gonna have, it might not be a lot of variety when it comes to story, but the platforming elements, they're gonna mix it up quite a bit, it seems
like the last water tower I was in was like full of like garbage, so you actually couldn't maneuver through the middle of it. All of the climbing of it happened along the outside. So yeah, so
Don't you hate it when you're just surrounded by garbage and you can't maneuver around? That's just, like my apartment sometimes.
Yeah, our
awful.
lives are all filled with question marks, sure.
It happens to my lives are just all filled with question marks, guys.
And the other thing is you don't unlock fast travel until you get to the actual city part, and those are done via like these metro stations that you discover. But they are like maybe one of the most difficult things to clear out. There's just like a ton of zombies in them, and you have to like go into the depths to like turn on the electricity. But like the fun of the game is the parkour. And so
that was going to be my question. Like there's some games where yes, you need fast travel, but like opposed to Skyrim early on where it's like, no, it's just going to be fun discover things along the way, or like Spider-Man where it's just so fun to move around. Why would you ever use the subway?
Yeah, no, it's exactly like that. I have not actually, oh god, see, these hard ones are really tough.
Despite the fact that it's hilarious to see Spider-Man interact with people on the subway.
Yeah, that was the only reason you did the fast travel in that game. Right. Was like the novelty of like seeing the animations.
Right.
Man, I'm so stoked for that sequel.
Oh yeah. That's that game. That's another one I completed, and was worth every minute.
Let me tell you a heartbreaking story, Jordan.
Hit it.
So, by the time I finished, Spider-Man, the first one, the PS4 on PS4, I was maybe like 80% of the way through like trophies and stuff like that, and I've never platinumed a game on PlayStation, and I was like, this is gonna be the game that I platinum. And one of the things you have to do, one of the trophies you have to get in order to platinum it, is unlock every skill in the game.
Right.
I had a bug, and I've unlocked every skill, and the trophy has not popped.
No.
And it broke my heart. It seems that there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do rather than like restart the save or whatever, or play like New Game Plus and like. Well, actually, no, you can't do it in New Game Plus because it's all the skill. Yeah, you have to start like a completely new save.
You have to unlock it, yeah.
And I was hoping when they translated it over to PlayStation 5, that then cool, like that will it'll finally pop on the PS5 trophy list. No, it did not. Yeah.
Is that a common thing?
It is not.
It is not.
It was a one in a million basically shot
No.
of me committing to this is the game I'm gonna platinum. Yeah. It's a heartbreaker.
And the PlayStation was like, nice try, not today.
These hard boxes, man, like you can't be a hair off, otherwise it's. Look at these pro. This is a guy that played Fallout 4, Fallout 3 when that game came out.
I believe.
You got it.
I do like that there's still, regular brown package paper and twine everywhere in this world.
Absolutely.
Like UPS is the one business that's like booming. It's just like, yeah, but
well,
Brown
like
still does it.
Right? Like,
yeah.
You know, the delivery in the apocalypse, the only people that will be doing anything are, actually out and about are delivery people.
Right.
So wait, where are we? This is interesting.
Not unlike the pandemic now.
Yeah, exactly. Very prescient. So I guess I got to swing. Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
Am I hearing sirens in the game?
Yeah, that means it's about to be sundown. Yeah, I might have screwed myself here, if I'm being honest.
Oh, come on, you can make it.
Oh, well, you say that.
I do. In my ignorance, I say a lot of things.
Come
on. As long
on.
as you say it confidently, people usually don't question you. I found that out.
I think honestly the best way to complete this now is to go back down to the bottom and use the stair. Yeah, I'm going to use the ladders that I unlocked. Oh no!
No! It's not going plan.
Oh my god! Well, we avoid no tight turns with the old parachute there.
Yeah, well, it's not a perfect science.
Now it's
wow.
nighttime.
It got dark fast.
Yeah, it basically like just once it's like the sun is going down, and then instead of like completing the sunset, it will just switch to darkness.
And the sun's gone.
All right, here we go.
Okay, that's
good thing I dropped all those staircases.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So we can like speedily do this.
That is another thing that's annoying if you get to a game that has these kind of like mini dungeon type exploration things, then they have just a horrible system of getting back out. You're just like retracing your steps, opposed to like Skyrim, where almost every single one has like a fast way to get out. It just drops you right at the beginning again. Oh, that is one of the best elements of that game.
Yeah, I'm really glad that because I was like, why am I kicking these staircases down? I'm not going to need to climb up here again. And
little did you know.
Little did I know how wrong I would be. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, Justin says, darkness, flashlights, and zombies equals scare JSU. Justin, do you like horror games?
Yes. That was a little janky.
Tom, do you like horror games? Are you a fan?
Yeah, it's a genre that I've definitely more recently gone into. I was never like a fan of like horror anything.
Yeah.
And then the world became like a horrific nightmare, and so
it's a zombie apocalypse. Sounds like a nice escape.
Yeah, exactly. And like I also feel like the renaissance of like horror movies recently, like I just kind of like really got into the genre. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about, where you can assign to either side, but you can kind of see. So this is all about traps. You get a crossbow. There's a razor cannon. So yeah, it's all about like attacks and weapons. And then there's the survivors. Yeah, like I'm not gonna not pick this landing bag thing. Do you see that?
That is so cool.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna pick that.
The only thing that would be cooler is if you could grab a man and use him in that same fashion, like use him to break your fall.
Run, grab a zombie, and like use them to break your fall.
Let him cushion you. Gosh, that was a missed opportunity, Dying Light. Yeah, speaking of horror games, did you get a chance to play PT?
Dude, no, I didn't.
You did it! Oh my
yeah.
god! I walked into that knowing nothing about it, and a friend of mine at the time I didn't have a PS4. I had one, and then I didn't have one for a little while, and then I got one again when Spider-Man came out. I did not have one at the time, so I knew nothing about it, and I went over to a friend's house, and he was like, I have a game that you need to play. I'm going to tell you nothing about it, but I'm going to turn off all the lights in this room and watch you play it.
Oh
and I was like, I hate this, but okay. And the amount of times I screamed at him during that, I'm just like, I'm never talking to you again. This is the worst thing you've ever done to me.
Yeah, I never got around.
That game was incredible.
I never got around to playing it. I found out pretty quickly what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, like I'm just not. And then by the time like I would have like been interested in it, it was already off the off the store or whatever.
Oh god, it's so good. So Ruben, PT was almost like a demo for Silent Hills when they were developing it, and then Konami kind of fell apart. And Silent Hills did not come out, and so it was like a short. It was a more or less a tech demo, and it had no explanation, and it was a weird, basically like you're just walking through a hallway, a one-way hallway, trying to find different things, and once you get to the end of that hallway, you open the door, and it puts you at the beginning of the hallway again. And there's different things. At first, you go through the hallway multiple times, like 4 or 5 times. You're like, what am I doing? There's nothing happening. And then small things start to change. And there's things that start to make sounds. There's things that start to appear in the corner of your vision. There's shadows that start moving. And you start to put this weird puzzle together. And it is so creepy and so scary. You got it, and now it's kind of become legendary because they took it off it was free to play, but they took it off the PlayStation Store, and so people, after it was taken off, people started selling PS4s that had it downloaded.
Yeah, it was like
because there's no other way.
Yeah,
because they wanted, it became kind of this collector's item. It was only digital. So yeah, look up some videos about people playing it, especially for the first time, and you will be entertained and probably a little creeped out.
I also like the fact you can buy here, like the parts that you need, like just like extra. Like right now, like I want to upgrade my weapon, and it's like you don't have enough scrap. I'm like, fine, I'll just pay the
scrap.
Cash for it.
I live in a city of scrap.
I know. Tony Stark built us in a cave
with a box of scraps.
Can we get another mod in here? Yeah, so we have the frost mod. So this is a what I'm building right now is a weapon with a frost tip that applies freeze damage at times.
That makes sense.
And then also I can shoot out a blast of toxic. Yeah. And I don't think these trinkets, these charms would have actually do anything. There we go.
Oh yeah, Ruben said, speaking of selling systems with discontinued games on them, who remembers the Flappy Bird craze? Where people sold their phones with it installed. Ugh.
Oh, right, yes, because it was...
The guy took it down, the creator.
All right, let's do one of these loot things, because I don't think I've done one, and we can show the real fear here.
Okay. So when you say loot things, what does that mean?
So yeah, so there are these like specific, if you can see on the top of my radar, or actually it's right from this Forsaken store thing, that they're loot areas that you can only access at night when they're infested with zombies.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so, and they're like underground, so. Looks like no, can't get in there. No, can't get in there. Oh wait, there's one.
Says I had a PS1 mod where I could play Japanese games.
Oh man, you can get around like
the regional settings and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that when we moved to America, and like I had to get like a new PS2. It sucked. Although it allowed me to, I got the Slim, you know, and that thing was
yeah,
dope.
true.
Which was dope. How the... Okay, here we go. Okay, yep.
Best Dragon Ball games. I didn't think about that. Yeah, tough to read though. That's true. I love it. Just reminds me like all the speedrunners who play Japanese versions of games because it's the shorter text bubbles. You can speed through them.
Dude, there's this guy who is his name is Andrew Goldfarb. He used to work for IGN.
Mm-hmm.
He huge Persona 5 fan, and that game like came out like a year before it came out to England, before it came out outside of Japan. Like it was in Japan exclusively for a year, and he played through the entire game in Japanese. And that is a turn-based, like story-driven video game. Like it's not. Like, I can imagine, like, if, for example, Dying Light was in Japanese, I can imagine playing it, because, again...
Yeah, it wouldn't be that difficult.
I would be like, it's zombies, there's enemy, you know? You get it.
There's samurai zombies now? Okay, sure, why not?
How the heck do I get in here? Oh, let me take out this poison guy while I can, while we're here.
He looks normal.
Goodbye. Oh, what? The thing that I need off my loot is on him?
It's on his corpse?
No. And there's a howler right next to him, so that's great. Those guys, like, if you...
Yeah, tell me about these different classes of zombies. What are we dealing with?
Yeah, so the howlers, like, notify, other...
Alarm systems.
So, right. Yep, so now a chase has started.
Good.
And so, if I don't, like, find a place to hang out, it will just, like, increase in level and get more difficult. But honestly, like, I was playing on my own stream last night, and someone was like, can you show me, like, a level 4 chase? And I'd never been in a level 4 chase before.
What is this, like GTA, where it's just like, you know, how many stars do you get? Do zombies start driving tanks at the
Yeah, they come in a helicopter or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so,
happening.
So we were trying to get to, like, a level 4, but I was very easily able to, like, cancel the chase by, I'm not doing a great job right now, but, come on, I just want to get over the top here.
You can do it. You can do it.
There we go.
There it is. Parkour zombies are two words that should never go together.
I mean, if you have to parkour to avoid zombies, yeah, but in a video game, it's pretty tight. Oh, here's one of those things. Let's take it.
There. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah. Wow, I was right next to, like, a safe spot with, like, UV lights, and I completely just sacrificed safety to, like, test out my new, like, jumping bag.
Worth it. Worth it, man. Worth it. Oh, wow, it just respawns right away.
Oh, was it back up there?
Yeah, I saw the bag up there, yeah. Did you see those bags around before you unlocked that? You just couldn't use them?
No, they weren't there before.
Okay.
Yeah, so they get added to the world. So the world does kind of, like, you know, expand. Yeah, as you can see, these guys are like, cool, yep, turning around. Goodbye.
Oh.
There you go. We gotta find that, before we end the stream, we gotta find that Walking Dead thing so we can take, like,
yeah, we do. I have no idea where we were or where we are.
I think I have a good idea of where I would be.
This guy looks like a dad. Look at that mustache. He's not mad, he's just disappointed. Look at him. Oh, come on.
This guy in the before the zombie apocalypse was the star of Walking Dead. He was. You know, he was the actor.
This is the Rick Grimes,
and he was like, now I sell weapons and drugs.
Yeah. Oh,
but
his
I was
poor
an actor,
hairline.
God damn it. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so cool. Maybe we take a little nap, get our health back up. If there is a bed here. Is there a bed?
That's my solution in everything, mostly in real life, though.
To avoid all the question marks everywhere.
Yeah. To avoid the question marks, just take a nap. Take a nap.
Oh, I did not even. I've never even discovered that artifact before. All right. Well, there isn't. Yeah, this place. This is not like a safe. That's one thing that I think is like a little nitpick that I have is like sometimes I don't know. You know, some safe zones are like cool. There are vendors here, but there isn't like a place to like rest. Some places have both. Some places are just places to rest. Some places have side quests and other things, and like I'm a little confused as to what is what sometimes.
There's not a good indication.
Yeah, so I think we need to move to go see that billboard. I think we need to, yeah, we definitely need to go to like the downtown area. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I think
set
that's where
this
we
as
were.
I'm gonna set this as my one of
Waypoint.
these as markers, and we'll just keep an eye out for it as we go.
Yeah, so for those who did see it, was it illuminated? Was it a certain color? What are we looking for here? Give us some clues, some hints, because we both missed it because we were just so deep in intellectual conversation.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Is the jump pad? Nice.
Damn knuckleheads.
I think I have like a little napping area over here. Yeah, in here. Also, yeah, once we kick into daytime, it's gonna be way easier to see.
To find. There we go. Not sure if it was illuminated, but I believe it was like a silhouette of a dad walking a baby stroller. Perfect. Perfect. It makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What is the baby a zombie? That'd have been. Oh no! Wait, it's not even a zombie show. It's just a.
It's just a dad that's walking.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh! One of 1,000.
The 1 in 1,000.
One. Found it.
Oh no! Please tell me.
Putting it through its paces.
Okay, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find it. I think there's only really like one part of the world that is like infested with billboards, and also like them probably will be like duplicates.
True. Yeah. How you doing, buddy? That's the real infestation. Marketing.
Capitalism, baby.
That's right. It never, even during the apocalypse.
Oh yeah, big time, big time.
I had a Walking Dad T-shirt from Father's Day a while back, and it was a dad walking with the kid hand in hand. So it sounds like a copyright issue is what we're thinking.
Oh, can we make it to the top before my? Nope, we cannot. That does not work. Yeah, compared to nighttime, the streets in the day are like pretty peaceful. Like there was one side quest I did where it was just, like this grandmother who. At first, you think she's like confused, because like she's lost her medication, so like she's confusing you for her, her grandson.
Of course.
And you eventually get a medication. And she turns out like she was pretending the whole time, and she was just like, "No, I just like miss my grandson, and I like pretending like I'm talking to him or whatever." But she was like, "Now that I have my medication, I'm gonna go on a walk." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like you're not like at the." at the home right now, like going on a walk with your friends. Like this is the
go
zombie
for a
apocalypse.
stroll. See, what you
like,
don't know is that you're like 90% done with the game. She's the final boss. You don't know that.
Oh
yet,
yeah,
but,
she comes back.
Spoiler:
she's like, you're gonna regret giving me those meds. Now I'm fully.
Granny's got her meds and she's ready to go.
Yeah. So this huge like building. This is called the fish eye. Yeah, this is like a main. As you can see, like that yellow marker is like right here. This is like the main hub for the survivors, and then we were on it a little bit ago when we had to like respawn, but it's a huge like ship in the bay that has like tankers and stuff.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
That's the Peacekeepers like headquarters. Okay. All right, so we're getting into the downtown area, so we should be starting to see some billboards. There's one there. Spicy buns.
Gong Show Dad says it was the same font as The Walking Dead, which makes perfect sense.
Awesome.
Just look for a billboard that looks like it's for a show that's been on for way too long. And that's probably it.
Let's get to the top of this building, I think. It's going to help us out.
This looks familiar. Maybe that's wishful thinking.
I'm going to take this vent so we can pop up a little bit higher. That's not it. That's... I'll go blank. What's that? Pandemic update. Oh my god.
It's too real. Oh, you're saying a pandemic didn't totally unify humanity in a fictional world either?
Yeah. They're in the beginning of the game, so like I mentioned, like you are being experimented on by evil scientists, and like they hint that the experiments at first were like to find a vaccine, and like and I was like, oh guys, could we have like rewritten this? Like the last thing we need right now is people thinking like evil scientists work on vaccines and then eventually kidnap children to turn them into like monsters or whatever.
Like the script for this game is going to get leaked somewhere, and someone on like Fox News is going to be reporting that all these things that are happening. Experimentation.
Yeah, no, but that's happened before. You know, like that.
Yeah.
I think I found it.
Is this it?
I think one of these billboards is it. Let's see. These buildings here have like a ton of billboards around them. So.
Okay, here we go.
Bob Cheaton's.
Cheaton's?
Nah, this isn't.
I'm not gonna lie, these are very bad billboards. You can't even read what it says.
Bad billboards.
Very bad.
Let's go see more billboards here. Let's take this.
Graphic designers must be in short supply.
You work with what you got in the apocalypse. Nope, spicy bun. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh, I see it.
That's awesome.
There it is. Ruben, get a good screenshot of that.
Hang on, let me see. Is this a good angle? It's probably... Yep, that's a really bad angle.
Perfect. Nailed it. Let's get those... Can we get some binoculars on it or something?
Yeah, let's get some binocs. Let's get some good binocs.
Sorry.
Here.
I forgot the slang.
in gaming, we call them...
Yeah, right.
All right, here we go. Hopefully it's not like too much of a zoom in. Oh, no, it's perfect.
Yeah, there it is. Get that
it's
one.
a musical.
Even better, in my opinion. Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, does that imply that there's an original one that was not it was just purely a drama, but then a musical came out?
I also kind of don't know what the what. So he's barefoot. That's weird, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting design choice.
He's on the edge of a cliff.
He's on the edge of a cliff, and is that the sunset behind him, or is that the Japanese flag?
That's what I was.
I mean, what is it?
I was like, wait.
Is this a period piece? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks American, right? He's dressed kind of like an American.
He kind of looks like a hipster. He's got a beard.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wearing
homeless?
shoes.
Unhoused, whatever you wanna call it.
Yeah. He might be pushing around like maybe it's his supplies.
What if it's not even a child? Ooh.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking.
Drama.
Because I'm wondering what the design is on the side of the carriage, like these dragon wings, like.
It could be, or is it just sunlight? I can't tell if it's like.
No, it looks like it's like a design of a stroller.
So is it a baby dragon?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like it's like How to Train Your Dragon.
It's the How to Train Your Dragon, fatherhood musical that we always wanted.
Matt Harry Rackham says I'd buy tickets. The other thing is like it isn't the Walking Dead. It isn't the Walking Dead font. It's like Art Deco 60s font as well. Like what is going on here?
It is so old. It looks it's like the New Yorker.
And like, is he pushing this
off the cliff?
The baby off the cliff? Like, what
is he trying to give him a better look, or is he just like, we had a little whoopsie? Where's okay? I don't know if this guy's a good role model or not. Maybe we shouldn't be singing his praises right away. Although I do like, appreciate that, Garrett. To the right of The Walking Dead was the spicy buns.
Yes. Those look good though, and I'm
They
really
do.
hungry right now. So like, I'm thinking
You
about
could
getting
go
some
for some spicy
I could
buns.
go for some spicy buns. Well, I'm glad we
Let's
found
get
it
that soundbite in
with the Walking Dead poster.
with the Walking Dead. Right.
Wow, that guy didn't hear anything, huh?
Wow, he's just in his own little world. What's going on over here?
Oh,
Ooh,
that was pretty
brutal.
gnarly. All right, well, we've only got a few more minutes here, so I'm gonna see what else is on the map. If there's anything else we can do there are these
Hasn't been
parkour
done
challenges. I
before.
haven't done any of those yet. Oh, is this one of the? Is this up on? Where am I looking? Yeah, it's up top there. I don't think I can actually get to the top there.
Hmm.
Let's do this again. Let's see what else we can do. I don't really want to do a main mission. Oh, an evacuation convoy? That sounds good. I like the sound of that.
Sounds high octane action.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Messed that up. Oh.
Oh, someone needs some help.
Someone needs to to be dehanged.
Oh no. Oh, I hate when that happens. These just look like some beefy bandits.
Some beefy boys. Oh, damn, I didn't deflect that one properly.
Is that Vega from Street Fighter? What is...
All the psychos from
from Borderlands?
From Borderlands.
Yeah, it does look like
Oh no,
that.
I think I've backed up into a truck. Oh boy.
Yeah, Ruben says, such a casual statement. They're gonna hang me.
Yeah.
Not a great sign.
Oh god. We've only got 25 seconds to help this guy out.
Wow, that's a long time to just be hanging out by the neck.
Oh no.
Dwayne Johnson next.
Oh no. Come on. Okay, we got this, bro. Yes. Nice. Oh god, he was
Now, does this guy...
almost on fire.
Yeah, does he help you out? Does he give you anything special?
Oh,
I like
yeah,
how
he
he's
does.
just hanging out. He's just like, well, see ya, bro.
Yeah, he's helping out, I think.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, he picked something up. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Pretty strong for a guy who was hanging by his neck for 30 seconds.
I know, right? He's in fighting form. That's pretty
great.
amazing. And that's something else I like is like, cool, the zombies are around, so like they can like you can use them to like
It's not everyone against you. It's like there's so many factions involved.
Yeah. And like it can be great because it's like cool. They can take each other out, but sometimes you're all caught in the middle, and you're like, no, this is actually way more.
This is not great for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin said that spear would have come in handy. Are the spears like one-hit kills?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if like for the bosses, I think I might have grabbed my loot from this guy. I don't think for like the bosses they might be for like, but like for regular grunts and stuff like that, yeah, they are one hit. But you can't like have them in your inventory.
Yeah.
You have to find them, and you can't. Yeah, if you swap them out like for a melee, like you drop it. So you they're kind of like more in the moment.
Special weapons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Are there other weapons besides spears you can find that are like that?
You can pick up throwing knives, and like craft them in your inventory, and like Molotovs and grenades, but I haven't found anything else that's just like in the world, you know?
Right. I love that you can just vault over a grown man.
You're like, I'm not dealing with you guys. Oh, damn you! You really want a piece of this? Like, I don't think you do.
Bro, just come on.
Yeah. I really urge you to give up.
Now, that's also a conversation we haven't had yet when it comes to these game previews and streams. We need some kind of rating system.
Oh, sure. I'm not a huge rating system guy.
Ratings
but
guy?
I would like, especially like if we're talking like a number.
Yeah.
I would say that like my thoughts are there are like 3 categories of like must buy, check out, and then avoid, I guess, would be the
Completely.
final one. I feel like this is definitely like a checkout game, and you know, but also like the time, you know, you might want to wait for like a sale or something, maybe, just because, you know, there are so many other games at the moment. Like, you might not want to jump into this when in 2 weeks' time you know you're going to be playing Horizon, or you know you're going to be.
If you want that hard-earned cash for something else that you know you're going to want.
Yeah.
Maybe
so that's something I have to like always remind myself when like I'm reviewing games. Like, I'm very lucky to get a lot of games for free, whereas most people like this is all I'm buying for like, and you know you're probably gonna get the most bang for your buck out of this game. So if you are looking for something like maximizing,
can you just dump a ton of hours into it?
Yeah, like they position like if you want to do absolutely everything in the game, it is 500 hours worth of content.
What?
Yeah.
That is absurd.
Yeah, and like, and you know,
that's not something to brag about. That's something you need to talk to someone.
Yeah, they position that as like a marketing thing, and I remember like replying to that tweet like, do you think this is like a positive thing to say about
this isn't you're not saying what you think you're saying with this.
Yeah, and it's not, you know, like I said, it's not just like cool, there's a ton of content. Like, the length of the story is not good. Like, the pacing of the story is so slow.
You're not going to be invested in it for the narrative.
Yeah, if you're looking for a game that like, you know, you want like a good narrative, like I would wait for I hate this, like my stamina. I would wait for Horizon if you're looking for a good narrative, an RPG with like a strong narrative.
Garrett says, I got Rocket League for free and I got 4 times that many hours.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's not a good thing. We just went over this.
Yeah. I don't think I've spent the even close to 500 hours in any game.
Yeah.
Like, I play a lot of stuff, you know. I think that the most I've spent in the game is maybe Skyrim. Thinking back to it, when Xbox did their like that like museum where you could see like the history of like how much you played of each game. I had spent the most time on an Xbox game in Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 was the game.
That's the prime.
Which in high school, it was literally like 6 hours every night for a year. Is what it was, you know? Like, it was insane.
My roommate in college, I remember waking up multiple times at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, are you awake already? He's like, what time is it? I haven't got to bed.
Oh my God.
That's like, so come on, man.
Well, we've reached the end of streaming time. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I've actually done this mission before, I'm realizing, and they just like, I guess, like keep respawning. Basically all it is, there's some loot in this thing. I thought it was a moving convoy, not the stationary vehicle right here. So yeah, that's Dying Light 2, ladies and gents. Comes out in a few hours, I think. Actually, it might unlock at 7 p.m. I think they're doing like an early unlock. I don't know if you guys got your drops, but I hope you did if you're looking to pick up the game, and obviously interact with all the Dad Gaming social media and let people know what you're thinking about.
And also, yeah, and head over to the groups. Let us know what games you're excited about, like we were talking about. Maybe we can preview some more games in the future. We can get something on that you want to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let us know what you guys want to see in the streams. Let us know if there's any guests. We're trying to get guests in the future to jump on. If there's anyone in particular you'd love us to have on and play games with. Yeah, we want to make sure that we're creating content that you guys enjoy. And yeah, we're looking to do this. So Jordan, you'll be back tomorrow for a Nuzlocke challenge. Is that correct?
I'll be back. Ruben and I we're ready to go.
Yes, hell yeah. So that's going to be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Again, we are going to be doing these for the foreseeable future, 4 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays and Fridays for 2 hours. And yeah, we're very excited to keep them going. Yeah. There we go.
I love it. Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow for Nuzlocke.